What's up, everybody? Back here again in 7 days. Realized after I got done posting the other videos that I kept talking about the furnace, but I never quite showed you guys how to make it. So I'm going to do that real quick for you here, as well as make the molds and kind of show you how it works. As well as possibly go ahead and make the crossbow. I don't know if I actually have the equipment yet, but I could always gather it real quick for us. Alright, so to make the furnace, let's go into our inventory menu and grab some of our stones here that we collected out in the world. Grab them down into just regular sheep stones here. I think that's all the ones I have. Now there's a couple more small ones. Throw those in there too, just to have them as extra. Alright, and then if you go over here and click forge, it'll show you the shape that you want. What you're going to use is these here. Just go through. And you can right click on it just to drop one at each one of them instead of dropping all of them. And hit craft. Now you have your nice new handy forge. Now to go in that forge, we're going to need to make clay molds to make any kind of iron and anything like that we want to make. To do that, you just want to take the clay that we have, which we got from when we were breaking trees down, digging underneath them. Hit craft, and that gives us clay. And I already have a little bit there, so that gives us a little bit more. But if you go down the side now, it'll show you lead, iron, whatever we wanted to do. To do them, if I remember correctly, it's that. Without clicking, you can click over here and it'll just show you where to put them, but I've done it a few times now. And then there we have our mold. Let's forget about it. Storage here, wherever I put some of the metal, so I can show you how that works. And of course, speaking of that as well, since, you know, sounds like they know I'm in here. I'm going to take care of those guys real quick first. You might be... I blocked that out, leaving myself only one exit. The reason I did that is I'm actually going to put a ladder up to the roof, and then do a little walkway out into to like a safe area, more so away from here. That way if they would come in and get into me, I can just go up the ladder and get away. That was actually the reason I did that. I don't want people thinking I'm just boxing myself in. Back up a little bit here, since we got two of them. Everybody wants to bring me jars. Let's try this other one. Kill Nurse Veronica here real quick. Going on today, and they're going through the ground. Definitely popular until I just came back in and get away from the building. Case like the one where I tortured the zombie stayed standing up. That was kind of similar there. She actually looks like she's on the robot though. Just need some. Oops. Anyway, let's get in here and get this furnace up and running. Dear, get away from the house. You're the reason why they keep coming. Alright. Place this down. And what I was saying before we got attacked by the zombies there was... you have all this storage here. You can use that, or you can actually build your own little storage units if you want it to look neat and clean. On my other game, the one I'm playing just to goof around with, I've actually broken everything and just did row and row of just shelving or just storage units. To build those, real simple. Just grab 2 should be enough. Craft that down into those. Bring those over. Craft that down so you get plywood. Plywood 6x6 or 3x3 or yeah, 2x3. If I can talk today. And you can craft that into your storage unit. And then there you have that. And the storage units actually hold a good bit of stuff. If you go in, you can see you can store all that in just one of those. So if you build a few of them and just stack them on here, you can do away with all the garbage cans, the boxes, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so I have some metal, got some wood. So let's get out here and show you how this works. Alright, when you open it, it's going to ask you for your fuel source, which in this case we're just going to use wood. I'm going to drop 2 in there, let it heat up. It's going to want metal, which is, oops, got to put our mold in there. Did create the mold, there it is. Mold. Now it's going to ask us for some metal. In which case we're just going to put that scrap metal that we have in there. What that's going to do is give us scrap iron, so iron ignite. We're going to take that, turn that into a pickaxe, a shovel. I'm actually going to turn it into an axe since I'm worried about trying to get more wood right now than I am anything else. That way we don't have to keep using the sharpened stone version of it. We can actually use a real version of it. It does take a good bit of metal though, so we won't actually have enough to do that. We need 2 pieces, I believe. I don't know that I stored any more. Yeah, I do. There we go. Oops. We actually only need 2 axe, if I remember correctly. I think it's here and here, and then there. Yeah. Again, you could have went down this side over here, and I keep moving my mouse around, and I keep forgetting that my mouse isn't viewable to you guys. I'm sorry about that. But if you look on the side, you'll see I'm scrolling it down through. If you go down through there, there would have been the thing to show you what the map was. Or again, you can use the wiki and just look them up that way. But now we have a nice little fire axe to chop away at the zombies and the trees. I'm using it more for the trees than I am anything else. But yeah, that's basically the forge. The oven's the same way. When you get this, you can turn this into forging iron, which looks like that. And then that'll let you actually make other things. That's where you can make into your barbed wire to make a barbed wire bat, or barbed wire fences to use for security. Use it for a bunch of different things. Should have some. Do I have? Yeah, I do. I actually have some rags here, so we can make a few torches here to put around the place. Because once it gets dark in here this evening, it is going to get very dark. So you can use that fire, or you can just set yourself up a nice little torch around throughout here, so that way when you're coming back in the middle of the night, you can actually see where you're going. Give us some light this evening so we have them. But yeah, guys, that's, I mean, from this point, once you're to here and you got your little base set up, or your temporary base at least, I mean, you can go ahead and just build this into your permanent base if you want, as long as you're playing by yourself. I mean, if you're using this as your base with other players, that's different. That's a whole nother ball game. But if you're using it as your base in just a single player game where you're playing alone, it would work out fine. I mean, I like to build, so obviously I want to build my own actual home and have a little more fun with it than just that. I will spend probably the rest of the day. It says it's 15:41 now, so I will spend till about 8 o'clock in-game this evening just gathering wood and making it into log cabin wood for the inside part of my home. I actually do 2 walls, one on the outside. I'll probably use cobblestone because it does take a good bit of clay to make brick, so I will probably just use cobblestone on the outside this time to leave an outside layer and then the inside layer of wood, so it gives me double protection there. So if the zombies do come, granted I'll have a lot of wooden spikes around, which I'll probably show you in the video when I actually do the building of the house. But for the rest of the day and stuff like that, I will be just chopping down wood, gathering all the different resources. You guys can do the same. You don't really need me to show you how to do that. You've already got it kind of figured out now. Just gather your stuff up, start logging it in, packing it away, and then once you have enough, find your spot where you're going to build and start building. And that's probably my next video. That's what that'll actually be. I'm hoping to have either Devarian or Chibi Ninja with me by the time we do that. No promises though. It may even be Kurasushi sitting here with me, just chatting with me as I'm doing it. She's eager to play and prove that she's not scared of the zombies since I called her out in the first video. But we'll see. We'll see what it goes to. It may just be me again. And I did say in the first video I was not going to talk through these whole things. And I've been rambling and rambling, so I apologize for that, guys. Of course, the people that have been watching are happy to hear me talking, because that's what they want me to do in these things. But other than teaching you guys how to do things or showing you how I do them, I don't want to say teaching, because again, it is a game. It's not meant to be just how one person does it. It should be just what works for you. I mean, there's people out there that I'm sure just make a base right off the bat, little 1-2, or dig down underground and use that as their base. All those things work. The bunnies get stuck on cars and doors. It's great when you have a house and you keep hearing this. It's your door, you go to open it. It's a little bunny, he just runs into your house. It's something I'm sure they'll fix as the game goes on, but in alpha you expect those things. Alright guys, gather. If you like these videos, keep watching, stuff like that. I'll be posting some more. I'm actually gonna probably the next one, like I said, is probably gonna be building the house. The only way that isn't my next video is if I decide to go and jump in